comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's DK Wrestler here, and in today's video, I'm going to be ranking every Emerald City Comic Con Funko Pop released from 2011 to 2019. But before that happens, make sure you press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, let's check it out. So like I said in today's video, I'm going to be ranking every Emerald City Comic Con Funko Pop released from 2011 to 2019, which I will say sorry in advance if you see the camera shaking a little bit. I am using a handheld tripod for this camera at the moment. So there are around, I would like to say, close to 80 exclusives for this video, which is quite a bit of exclusives to go through. But for this video today, we are only ranking the exclusives from those certain years for Emerald City Comic Con, mainly because there are a lot of Emerald City Comic Con exclusives throughout the years, and we thought we'd only pick a select amount of years for the exclusives, and then maybe we'll do a part 2 if you enjoy this. And as this video gets released, it's actually perfect timing because it will be the weekend of Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle, Washington. And what a perfect time to do this. So without further ado, let's move over and let's rank every Emerald City Comic Con Funko Pop released from 2011 to 2019. Alright, so here is every Emerald City Comic Con Funko Pop released from 2011 to 2019, with the categories from worst to best being Burn It, Could Have Been Better, Not Bad, Really Good, and Amazing. And these are in no specific order of the year of release. So kicking off with the glow-in-the-dark Murloc from World of Warcraft. And you know what, this is not bad. Normally for this kind of thing, I would put it in Could Have Been Better, mainly because it's just a glow-in-the-dark variant of an already existing character, but at the same time, green is a great color glow-in-the-dark, so I put it at not bad. Then we got ourselves the green Cthulhu with the glasses, I think, and I'm going to put that at really good. I like the overall design of this Funko Pop. I think it's pretty cool. Then we got ourselves the glow-in-the-dark green goblin, and I'm going to put that also under really good. I'm actually going to put it in front of Cthulhu, mainly because making this glow-in-the-dark is awesome because it's green, and green is a great color glow-in-the-dark. What could have made this pop go under amazing if it had the glider with it. Then we got ourselves the 4 different colored Snoopies, and I think they're all flock. I'm going to put this under not bad, and not bad category is probably going to be like a no specific order kind of thing. These are pretty decent, but I don't think they're really good in that sense. Then we got ourselves this character from Adventure Time. I totally forgot the name, and the font is too small for me to read the name. And I'm going to put this under really good because this is actually a really detailed Funko Pop. I think it looks really nice. Then we got ourselves the Flock, Snoopy, and Woodstock, which that's going to go at the end of really good, mainly because it definitely makes sense for Snoopy and Woodstock to be flocked, but they're at the end of really good because they're not as detailed, in my opinion, as the 3 pops in front of it. Then we got ourselves the glow-in-the-dark BMO from Adventure Time, and I'll put that at the end of not bad, mainly because of the same reason I said with Murloc, is because of the fact that green is a great color glow-in-the-dark. However, it could have went under Could Have Been Better. Then we got ourselves what I'm pretty sure is called like the World War II Steve Rogers from Captain America, the First Avenger. I'm going to put that as the first pop under amazing. I think this is a really nice pop. The value on this pop is really high up, and I know a lot of people still want this pop to this day. Then we got ourselves the Crusader Man, I think it's called, the mascot of Emerald City Comic Con, or at least the male mascot, because there's also a female one. There's 2 of them. There's a normal and there is a glow-in-the-dark variant. And I will put these probably at the end of not bad, just because they look cool, and I'll put the glow-in-the-dark one in front of the normal one, even though it's no specific order when it comes to not bad. Then we got ourselves what I'm pretty sure is called the Blue Falcon, and I think this is pretty decent. I'll put this under not bad. I think this is Crypto, if I'm not mistaken, with a green attire, and I will also put this under not bad. Then we got ourselves Michigan J. Frog from Looney Tunes, and I will put this under really good. I don't think it's amazing, but I also feel if my co-host MD Shady watches this video and notices I put it lower than really good, he will probably smack me upside the head, so I'm going to put that under really good. Then we got ourselves the superhero Kermit the Frog, and I'm going to put this under really good in between Michigan J. Frog and the one character from Adventure Time. It is cool to see a Kermit the Frog pop that isn't just your regular variant, and I think this is the last time we ever got a Kermit the Frog pop in Funko Pop form, so hopefully there's a new one coming soon. And this superhero form is pretty sweet. It would be under amazing if it was actually in like a flying stance acting as a superhero, but it's still pretty sweet. Then we got ourselves Peppermint Patty from Peanuts, and I'm gonna put this in not bad. Then we got ourselves, I think it's Farah, her name is, or Pharaoh, I can't exactly remember her name, from Overwatch, and I'm gonna also put this under not bad. It's not that bad of a pop, pretty detailed to be honest. Then we got ourselves Buff Rick and Buff Summer. I almost said Buff Morty, but it's actually Summer in that. And I'm going to put this under not bad. I don't think it's an amazing like 2-pack, but I also think it's not bad at the same time. Like, I don't think it's a could have been better. I think it's a sweet 2-pack. I remember this episode from Rick and Morty where essentially both Rick and Summer get jacked. Then we got ourselves the Creeper from Scooby-Doo, and I don't entirely think this is amazing, but I will put this right at the beginning of really good because a lot of people were fans of when this pop released. And I know that this thing has obtained a lot of value over the years. So I definitely think it's at least at the beginning of really good, but I don't think it'd be considered amazing, at least in my opinion. Then we got ourselves El Diablo with the green attire from the Fantastic Plastic lineup. And I'm going to put this under not bad. And if I were to rank this specifically, I would put it in between these two pops. Then we got ourselves the green T-Bone from the Fantastic Plastic lineup. And essentially, I would do the same thing here if I were to actually put them in a specific order, which I kind of am, but I'm kind of not at the same time. Then we have Movetak from Star Wars, and I'll put this under not bad. It's got some pretty decent amount of detail, but I don't think it's like a really good pop, at least in my opinion. Then we have the Upside Down 11 and Barb 2-pack, and I will also put this under not bad. I don't think it's the greatest 2-pack, but at the same time, I don't think it's bad either. It makes sense for this time. I think this was released, I want to say 2017, 2018 Emerald City Comic Con, right around the time when the series was pretty much just beginning. Then we got ourselves the Pop Rides here, which I don't remember the character name, but I think it's a Hanna-Barbera character. I'll put this under not bad. I think it's a pretty cool Pop Rides, to be honest. Always cool to see Pop Rides. Then we got ourselves the 8-bit Barb, and this is going under Burnett. Like, I've never really been a fan of the 8-bit pops unless it kind of makes sense for, like, games, but this is just a television show, and there's a phase where Funko wanted to make 8-bit pops for something that wasn't related to games. Speaking of another Burnett pop, that is definitely the green chrome Batman. We are all sick and tired at the time of these chrome pops, especially ones matching the colors of the Comic Cons. Then we got ourselves the Good Luck Bear, I think it's called, that's flocked. And I'll put this at not bad because I don't think it's really good. Like, I mean, the detail is decent, but I don't think it's like really cool, insane detail like you see with, like, let's say the Creeper or the one character I have listed under really good for Adventure Time. And the fact that it's flocked is probably why it's obtained its spot in the not bad category. Then we have Cagney Carnation from Cuphead, and I think this is actually a really good pop. Like, I think it's a really nice and detailed pop. It just depends on where I'm exactly putting this. I might actually put it, I'll put it in between Kermit and Michigan J. Frog. The detail of just the face alone of this character is pretty sweet. I do enjoy the look of this character, but there's just no way personally I was putting this over my boy Kermit the Frog. Then we got ourselves Amy Pond from Doctor Who, and I'm going to put this under not bad. I mean, it's not bad of a character as terms to the detail of it. It's just a simplistic human character, at least that's what it looks like to me. I haven't seen Doctor Who yet, so I wouldn't really know, but there's nothing really too detailed going on, which is why it's not bad. Then we got ourselves the 3 baseball Freddy Funkos. One is wearing like kind of like a dirty beigey color, the other's wearing an aqua color, and the other's wearing a white. And once again, because this is not specific order, that's why it's going in the front. Aqua first, beigey color second, and white third. I like that colorway of the aqua better because it also goes well with like Everett aqua socks essentially. Then we have the 6-inch giant white from Lord of the Rings, and I'm gonna put this under really good. I think the detail is pretty sweet on this pop. I'll put it, you know what? I'll actually put it in front of Green Goblin. Even though I know more of Green Goblin than that character, there is a bit more detail as terms to the character in this Funko Pop, but I just could not put it in front of the Creeper. Then we got ourselves the Yondu Pop, which I'm going to put this in between Kermit the Frog and the Cuphead Pop. I think it's really cool. This is actually from the scene where he's flying down in Guardians of the Galaxy and he's saying, "It's Mary Poppins, y'all." So I think it's really cool that they actually ended up doing that in Funko Pop form. I think it was definitely one of the best pops in 2018, I believe, that this pop was made. So it was really cool that we got this. And I know a lot of people who actually got this version of Yondu signed by Michael Rooker himself. Then we got ourselves the character from Mad Max, and I think this isn't a bad pop. I think the detail of the face and the attire is pretty cool, and especially the weapon, but I don't think it's like a really good pop per se. Then we got ourselves She-Hulk, or it's like a professor version. I will also put this one under not bad. Then we have Maui the shark from Moana, which I also think this isn't bad. Main reason because it should have been doing some sort of pose maybe to make it more appealing and more detailed, but overall there is still a bit of detail as terms to this character in this Funko Pop. Then we got ourselves the two different variants of Bigfoot. We have a green version with blue fur, and then we have a brown version. So I'm going to put the normal one right in between the Yondu and the Cuphead Pop in really good, but I'm going to put this version probably as the first one, or it could have been better. I understand they went with that colorway because it goes with the colors of Emerald City Comic-Con, but did we really need that version? Then we got ourselves John Ralphio and Tom from Parks and Recreation, and I would put this under not bad. Tom was one of my favorite characters when watching Parks and Recreation, and his friendship with John Ralphio is so funny, and I like when you see these two on an episode of Parks and Recreations. But I don't think it's really good because it's just two human pops per se, so you can't really get so much detail out of it. So I think not bad is a perfect spot for it. Next up, we have the Alien Rick and Mortys that were from 2018 San Diego Comic-Con, or not San Diego, whoops, Emerald City Comic-Con. I will put these under not bad. Then we got ourselves Prince Robot 4 in the black suit. This is decent. I guess I will put this under not bad. I don't think it's good, but I don't think it's bad either, especially because it's got what looks to be a TV as its head. Then we got ourselves the Gideon Graves and Ramona Flowers 2-pack from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and this is going under not bad. I think what could have made this better and under really good, I do appreciate that still to this day, this is the only way you can get Gideon Graves for the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World lineup. I just think if they would have made it like a more of like a deluxe or maybe a town, but at the same time, a town was not made in 2018. They didn't start that for another year. If they would have made it at least a deluxe where it was on the pyramid that they sit on and maybe they were sitting on chairs, maybe it would have been a little better and it could have been under really good. But for right now, it is under not bad. Then we got ourselves the 3 different colored Fantastic Plastic characters. I forgot what its name. I know it starts with a P. Not Piplup because that's a Pokemon. It's like Puplo. I don't exactly know the name, but these are going to go under could have been better. I mean, one would have been fine, but having essentially like 3 different colors of this character being released, it's like, did we really need all 3, especially all 3 being released at the same time? It's like, Then we got ourselves Padme Amidala from Star Wars, and I will put this under not bad. It's not really doing that much, but it's cool that we have this version of Padme from, I'm pretty sure, Attack of the Clones, which would have been episode 2 if you're going chronological order, or essentially the 5th movie as terms to what's been released. Then we got ourselves the Green Army Man from Toy Story, and oh no. Okay, I'm going to put this under really good in between the Bigfoot and the Yondu. I thought about putting this under amazing because I am a huge Toy Story mark and it would be great, but there is flaws with this. Like maybe if they would have added a parachute to this Army Man, it could have been under really, or I almost said really amazing, just amazing. But I will put it under really good because of my own personal reaction, but I can't put it like right at the beginning of really good because of the fact of the detail involved with the Creeper and the Lord of the Rings character, and especially Green Goblin and Cthulhu, that I feel are much better as terms to detail in a Funko Pop than we have here with the Green Army Man. Then we got ourselves the Emerald City Comic Con 2019 Pillsbury Doughboy with the Shamrock Cookie, and I would put this under not bad. I mean, if you couldn't obtain the first one that was released a few months earlier for the 12 Days of Christmas drops, then I think it's cool that you get this, but I would prefer either the normal one or even the Christmas attire one that was released, I think, a year later rather than this one. Next up, we have ourselves the Lime Sour Patch Kid from 2019, and this is going to go in not bad, mainly because I actually don't think it's not bad of a pop. Maybe it would have been a little better if they would have done what they're starting to do with the Sour Patch Kids pops and make them diamond collection / glitter form, because you get that sourness effect of the Sour Patch Kids. Plus, I know this has a ton of value because this was only limited to, I want to say 4,000 pieces. Maybe it was only 1,000. I know it was a limited piece. And I know that lime is a very delicious flavor, at least in my opinion, which is why it would probably be a little higher up on the list. Then we got ourselves Korath from Captain Marvel, and I'm going to put this under not bad. I think it was not bad of a pop, and I thought it was pretty decent, especially the way the eyes look, but I don't think it's really good by that means. Then we got ourselves the Carmen Sandiego, and I'm not sure if this was the Diamond Collection one that released or that was a later release, but overall, I'll put this under not bad because I really like this red outfit. Then we got ourselves Black Canary, and this is going to go, if I were to rank this, right at the end of not bad if I were to rank all these specifically, mainly because there's nothing really going on with Black Canary. I'm sure there was a decent amount of hype because this was either, I can't remember if this was a DC character or a Marvel character. It's in one of those, but it's just too plain. It doesn't even look like a superhero in my opinion. Then we got ourselves Mr. Mixelplix, which I think that's actually how you pronounce it. I remember when discussing about this in our earlier episodes of our weekly podcast, or it wasn't weekly at the time, but I remember talking about this and I couldn't pronounce the name, but good thing I got it pretty much spot on now. This is actually pretty decent, and I know there were a lot of people who really enjoyed the announcement of this Funko Pop, and I like the way that it's kind of on a stand and it's floating and it's kind of doing the whole crisscross applesauce gimmick. I think that's really cool. Then we got ourselves the character from Dragon Ball Z, which for some reason on my list here, I can't tell what the name is, or it's not listed in my Funko app listings. But this pop, I remember, I'm putting it under amazing. I think the detail is crazy on this, especially with how huge the pop is, even though it's a 6-inch, but just what they did with it, and especially with the cool base with the Dragon Balls around it. I think this pop looked fantastic. Then we got ourselves the character from Fairy Tail. I think it's Galil or Galil, something like that. It's a metallic variant. I'm going to put this under could have been better. Oh, whoops. I almost put, what's her face? The one character from Overwatch. I meant to put this one. Boom. Could have been better. I'm not really a fan of what the metallic effect looks like on this pop. I just think the blue and how it's used is so weird, and I don't know, it's just too much dark colors involved with the pop. Maybe it goes with the character, but it just doesn't appeal to me all that much. Then we got ourselves Sombra, which is her name, from Overwatch. I'm going to put this under not bad. I like the way that the greens are used here and kind of how the green fades into like a white color as terms to the hair, if I'm not mistaken. Just the way they made the attire and everything. It's a really cool Overwatch pop, and I think my co-host MD Shady actually does own this pop. I could be mistaken though. Next up, we have ourselves the Freddy Funkos with the fish, which I'm going to put this under not bad. Normally, I would rate Freddy Funko super low, like a could have been better or a burn it, but these are actually not bad of pops. Then we got ourselves the Arya Stark, I'm pretty sure it is, from Game of Thrones. I'm also going to put this under not bad. Then we got ourselves General Ram from Gears of War, and I'm going to put this as the second spot in really good. I really am a fan of the detail involved with kind of like the, I would call it scaly effect involved with this character and even the outfit too. Funko usually kills it when it comes to detail on certain characters from Gears of War, so it's not surprising to me that this is essentially under really good. Next up, we have ourselves the Ginny, Fred, and George 3-pack from Harry Potter. I'm going to put this under not bad. It's cool that they did this version for like the Quidditch World Cup, and it goes with the colors of Emerald City Comic Con, so I don't think it's that bad. And I think if I'm not mistaken, this was one of, if not the first Ginny Weasley pop that Funko had made, so a lot of people were really excited at the time for this pop. Then we got ourselves Void from Incredibles 2, and I'm actually going to put this under really good in between Bigfoot and the Cuphead character. This is a great way that they made the character where you have essentially the, what do I call it, not a vortex, but it's hard to explain. You guys know what I'm talking about. In the background there with that, if they didn't add the blue circle in the background there to this pop, I felt like this pop could have definitely been could have been better, where then I probably would have mentioned if only they had added a vortex or whatever to the background there like they did with this. So I think this pop was done really well. Then we have ourselves Steve from the Life Aquatics, played by Bill Murray, and this is going to go under not bad. I really like the detail of the hat, or as we call it here in Canada, a toque, with the outfit he's got here with the boat in his hands. I think it's a pretty decent, simplistic human pop. Then we got ourselves the three hyenas, Bonsai, Shenzi, and Ed, and this is going to top off amazing. These are definitely my favorite Emerald City Comic-Con exclusive pops from these years, and this is excellent. This one, and I would say personally the Army Man, I would say are my favorite ones. These are some really sweet pops. I love what they did with the eyes and how they kind of give it those evil orangey eyes like they do with a lot of the antagonist pops, and just the different facial expressions for this pop or these pops I should say, because of the 3-pack, is just so awesome. Then we got ourselves, I'm pretty sure the character's name is Grishnak from Lord of the Rings, and I will put this, you know what, I'll put this under really good near the end though. I don't really know the character of Grishnak much, but I do like the way that his face is and how those eyes really pop out from the rest of kind of the dark colors involving with the pop. Then we got ourselves the classic Thor, and I will also put this under really good. This is kind of a no specific spot, but I really like the way that they did this where it's in some sort of stance. He's holding the hammer and you can kind of see the cape flowing in the wind of sorts there. I think they did a really good job with this classic Thor. Then we have Buzzoff from Masters of the Universe, and I will put this under not bad. I like the overall look of this, and I think this was actually one of those pops that Funko, even though it did release, they never actually did like a separate announcement. Kind of like how they've been doing for Comic-Cons recently, where example for Festival of Fun, they didn't announce Jimi Hendrix on his own, or they didn't announce some of the sodas for New York Comic-Con on their own. We had to wait until the shared retailers list was announced to find that out. So this was kind of how this pop was when it was released, I believe 2019, if I'm not mistaken. Then we have the 2-pack from Office Space, which I will put this under not bad. I think it's really cool, and especially because there's not a lot of 2-packs that essentially have an object with them in the middle. So you kind of get a 2-for-1, but you also get a little thing with it. So it's kind of like a 3-for-1, if that makes any sense. Really cool. Then we got ourselves Jaguar from Rick and Morty, and this will also go under not bad. It's not that bad of a pop, but at least we're not getting another either Rick or Morty pop. It's a brand new character, but I don't think it's really good because there's just not a lot of things going on with it. Then we got ourselves the Ramona Flowers here from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. This will go under not bad. I really like this one. I think this is the one where she is about to fight Roxy Richer, if I'm not mistaken, this attire. And I think it's cool that they did this because also I think at this point, this was the last hair color they needed to do because they obviously did the green hair color with the 2-pack we discussed about earlier with Gideon Graves. We have the pink-haired one as the original common, and now we have a blue one right here for a Funko Pop. And I think they did a solid job with this pop and the pose they did with it. Next up, we have Findu Chomp from the Fantastic Plastic lineup, and I will put this under not bad. I really like the overall detail of this Fantastic Plastic character, and especially something that actually my co-host MD Shady brought up when we talked about this on one of our earlier editions of a Funko Podcast, that there's that ongoing kind of joke of like humans wearing necklaces of a shark tooth, but in this case, it is a shark that is wearing a necklace of a human tooth, and I think that's really cool. It's got the surfboard. I think it's one of the better Fantastic Plastic pops, not only for Emerald City Comic-Con, but overall also. Next up, we have ourselves the female and male do-it-yourself green pops, and I hate to say this, but I'm putting these under Burn It. Now, I know what you're probably thinking because it's just one solid color. I thought about putting this under could have been better, but I think it could have went under could have been better if these pops were glow in the dark. I don't think these pops were glow in the dark. It was just, let's make do-it-yourself pops, make them green because they're in the theme of Emerald City Comic Con, and sell them. If they were also glow in the dark, I think it definitely could have been under could have been better or not bad. Otherwise, why get these ones unless you're making like a green custom character? Why not just get the white one and then we can just paint over top them whatever color we want. Next up, we have the 12th man Freddy Funko football player, I think it's called, something along the lines of that. And I'll put this under not bad. I think this is actually one of the better Freddy Funko Pops that Funko has made just of all time, because it also includes the helmet and it looks like it's also a removable piece. So if you have this out of box, you can either decide I can have the helmet on or I can have the helmet off. And I think I really like when Funko gives you that ability as turns to their pop figures. Then we got ourselves essentially, I'll talk about actually the glow in the dark green Dark Phoenix from Emerald City Comic Con. And I'll put this under not bad. It goes with the green theme, and I think it glows in the dark like I mentioned, so it definitely makes sense for this point. And then we got ourselves the final two pops, both released, I'm pretty sure in separate years, is the Stormtrooper outfit Han Solo and Luke Skywalker pops, which I think were one of the very first Emerald City Comic Con pops, so it's a good way to end off with these pops, which both of these in no specific order will go under not bad, mainly because of what they look like. Like, I understand back in 2011 to 2013, pops weren't that really detailed, so it wasn't really Funko's fault of how they made pops back in the day, but imagine what they could do now in 2021 as this is being made, of essentially what they could do with a Han Solo and Luke Skywalker with the Stormtrooper outfits, especially because in 2022, I think it's actually the 45th anniversary of A New Hope, or the very first Star Wars movie, so maybe they could re-release these pops in some sort of way in the near future, but for right now, these will be under the not bad category. But anyways, guys, that is every Emerald City Comic Con Funko Pop released from 2011 to 2019. Of course, within the next probably year, we'll probably actually do a 2020 and 2021 list, possibly next year or the year after, which you guys definitely want to see that, comment in the comment section below. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you smash that like button. Comment in the comment section below and let me know if you agree or disagree with my ranking list of every Emerald City Comic Con Funko Pop from 2011 to 2019. And like I said earlier, press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video and hope to see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3. I'm out of here. Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.